What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Finster, Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick, Aquarius Hopkins, and all points Obama. I got a question for you people. What did Obama do for you? Now, I know he did a lot for the country, but what do you think he did for you? I mean, and please don't say the Obama phone or the welfare food card, because all that was in place before Obama. All that was implemented. Obama didn't start that. You got to understand, a lot of what presidents so-called do, they kind of walk into. And they say, okay, well, this program is going on. Let's push that program, so on and so forth. But what do you feel Obama did for you? I'm going to tell you something. I was excited about Obama. A little background on me. I used to work in the House of Representatives back in 2000, the Ohio House of Representatives, back in from 99 to 2000 for a whole year. I worked for a couple of different representatives, and the political game is very sticky because there are a lot of puppets. You realize that real quick, all the way up to the president. But our president is a good president. It's just, as an African American, the one place where he falls, where he started really falling for me, is when, like at the very beginning, when he had a townhouse meeting after he got elected, and they start asking him, like, why aren't you stopping the cops from killing us? And, they're killing our women, our children. They're killing our old people. They're killing everybody. There's nobody safe. It's not just a black man. Now they're killing someone every 28 hours. Oh, it was an accident. Like the guy who, the dude who the 78-year-old rent-a-cop just shot a black man. The guy they suffocated last year. The guy they let the dog bite him and kill him last month. The other guy who got beat up, and one guy who got shot, and the cops, he was like, why'd you shoot me? And the cops was like, well, you're lucky I didn't kill you. So that's where we're at now. We're lucky if we get shot and the cops don't kill us. This is how desensitized we are to black people getting shot and killed. This is what my skin means to America. And like I said, they're killing our children. They're killing, it's not just Tamir Rice. There are lots of children that the cops have shot and went on vacation. Shot and killed. Or ran over or did something, mutilated, did something to these children. And nothing has happened to them. They're heroes. You killed a child and you're a hero. And I'm not talking about Brown. I'm not talking about Brown. I'm talking about Mike Brown, God rest his soul. I'm talking about infants. 5, 6, 8. Girls, little, regardless of infants, an infant to me. Toddler, infant, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Helpless. And not a word from our president. But when those 2 cops got shot, then Eric Holder comes out talking about the man who shot him was a coward. I'm like this. You watch hundreds of us, 400 or 500 in 1 year? Hundreds of us be murdered. And then, and you say nothing. Oh, we'll let the activists handle that. Then when 2 cops get shot, then we hear from the White House. This is bloodshed we're talking about, people. We're not talking about an accident. We're talking about them purposely killing us. And nothing from the White House. We didn't hear a peep out of the White House until Mike Brown. They started going off about Mike Brown. Then the president want to come out and start talking. Listen, Obama, you and your dancing wife, dancing all the damn time. When I get in my car, I fear for my life every day, every freaking second. I think it could be my last. I can be laid the hell out and this cop is going on vacation because of my black ass is shot and killed and people are just standing around watching it happen. Nobody's doing nothing. And your lovely wife shaking it on stage and black girls, whatever, black girls rock. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Why aren't you an activist for, instead of Black Girls Rock? How about their lives? Because those black girls are getting killed, Michelle Obama. Let me talk to you, Michelle. Those little black girls that you giving them all this confidence and all this, yeah, they're killing them. You need to check the records and see how many of them got slaughtered within the last, since y'all been in an office, or just this last couple of years. But really start from when you won the primaries and see how many of them were killed by cops. Them black girls you talking to. And you might say, well, what do you expect me to do? I'm going to tell you what I expect you to do. You guys got all the power. You're the two most powerful couple in the world. And I know if y'all say so much, then they're going to come down on y'all. But I am a nobody. And I have a little girl. And I want my people protected just like yours. I want my child to feel safe just like you want yours to feel safe. So don't ask me what you're going to do. Just think about it as if you was in my position. What can you do? That's what you should be looking at. All this acting, y'all ain't said, you dancing around, y'all ain't said nothing to these cops. Why? Because the KKK is the police? Well, they lynching us. They're lynching us every 28 hours. You dance around that. You turn up for that. I'm not trying to see you dancing that one more place. I'm not trying to see that no more. Mr. President, look, man, y'all, listen. Y'all from Chicago, y'all came up, y'all got educated. I was down with y'all. But you ignoring us, bro. You dancing, y'all both dancing around the real fact that we losing our lives out here. We got 3 men dead just this week. It was last week. 3 slaughtered. One of them bitten to death by a dog. Cops just letting the dog bite him, just mauled him to death. The other one shot in the back by some 80-year-old. Then another one shot in the back by some dude. Yeah, they but get out of here because we know the Justice Department and how they do things. Don't look at me and will you complain? No, you're the president. Y'all can do something. You've been there for almost 8 years. Or whenever your term is up. You're the most powerful. Y'all can do something. But I don't believe y'all will. I believe Michelle's going to be dancing on somebody else's stage. Next time I turn on Yahoo News, like I'm supposed to be happy about her dancing around, whatever. We're going to hear about, yes, children and how safe they are and what college they chose. Or about your 2 dogs and or the 1 dog or the dog and a half or whatever in the world. And we're going to hear about, whatever summit meeting or whatever speech you giving. But we ain't going to hear a word about how black lives. You know what? We ain't going to hear nothing. We ain't going to hear nothing about that. We not. We going to still be living in fear. Now, look, I know your position is fragile. You got people to protect, so you only going to say so much because them boys, they dangerous. And if they shot Kennedy, man, I feel you. But that don't mean you can't do nothing. You can do something. Don't send the National Guard out here to calm our asses down when every 5 seconds we seeing somebody get shot in the face, get shot in the back, get shot in the head a couple times. And then we don't want to hear from you when something happens in reverse because you keep killing these families, man. You know, these families going to get up and we realizing we by ourselves. And just the whole human element is going to take over. We realize it's just us. We ain't getting no help from y'all and y'all dancing asses. It's just us. What do you expect us to do, Mr. President? And, you know, I supported y'all. I loved y'all family up there. Yeah, black family, whatever in the world. But I hated the fact that you've been ignoring us for years. We got Al Sharpton. He out there trying to do something, but nobody... Like Al Sharpton, man, like, I can say the dude is trying. But, you know, nobody really is, like, on fire. Nobody's afraid of Al Sharpton. I just want you to think about that. What if you was me, Mr. President? Don't take this as no threat, because I ain't threatening you. I'm just a dude. I can't threaten nobody. But you see this face? See this skin? It represents a whole nation of us. And we all asking you, what are you going to do, homie? We got children too. We got wives, we got sisters. They shot that one dude. What that happened a couple years ago? The cop just got out the car and shot 2 people. Nothing happened to him. Talking about he thought the one dude's his phone was a gun. The only reason why the dude didn't die because he put his hand up in front to stop the bullet. He didn't stop the bullet, but it missed his face. But he shot the woman. He shot the woman first, then shot that nothing hot. Like, yo, Prez, man. I'm not trying to see y'all. I'm not trying to see no more. Man, I'm not trying to hear no more what you trying to do for people 10,000 miles away. I don't give a damn about them. When I see our kids getting slaughtered, I ain't trying to... Yo, and as far as black on black crime, man, I've been crying out about that. So don't act like, oh, you ain't saying nothing when the Crips and Bloods or the, whoever. Yes, I did. I could never understand why they was doing that. Fighting over territory that wasn't theirs. But you know what? I ain't never lived that life. I ain't never gangbanged. And all that. I always hated injustice, no matter what color it was. Black, white, Chinese, Indian, it don't matter. I always hated injustice. Anyway, it's your boy Tone 202. You know what I'm saying? I watched the Ku Klux Klan marched right down in the Martin Luther King Day Parade here in Columbus, Ohio. They got on a float right in our parade, man. Now, if you get on TV and say there's nothing you can do, then, I ain't. But if you just not doing nothing, man, I ain't got no respect for that. I ain't got no respect for that. Give a meeting about that. How many more lives got to die? I ain't trying to see y'all dance around nothing else. You, the wife, the kids, the dog, nothing. And the kids can't do that. God bless your children because they can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I hope one of them is president one day and they could do something. But right now, Obama, it's you, homie.